Have you ever said one single word and your cat instantly turned their head, flicked their ears, or came running from another room? Most people think cats ignore human language, but science says something much more surprising. Your cat may understand specific words far better than you realize. And today, we're breaking down 5 words your cat actually understands, not just because cat owners believe it, but because feline behavior research strongly suggests cats can recognize human vocal patterns, emotional tone, and even certain repeated words linked to important events. So if you've ever wondered whether your cat truly knows when you say food, no, or even their own name, this video might completely change how you see your pet. Cats have a reputation for being distant, mysterious, and impossible to read. Unlike dogs, they don't always rush over when called. They don't perform obvious reactions on command. So for a long time, people assumed cats either didn't understand us or simply didn't care. But that assumption is starting to crack. In recent years, researchers have found that cats can distinguish their own names from other words, recognize their owner's voice, and learn associations between sounds and outcomes. In other words, your cat may not speak your language, but they are definitely listening. And the most interesting part? The words they understand are usually the ones tied to emotion, routine, reward, or boundaries. So let's get into it. 1. Their own name. Let's start with the most famous one. Yes, your cat probably knows their own name. One of the most widely discussed studies on this came from researchers in Japan, who found that cats can distinguish their own names from similar-sounding nouns and from the names of other cats in the household. Even when spoken by strangers, many cats showed subtle but clear reactions: ear movement, head turning, tail twitching, or brief vocal attention. That's important because it tells us something huge. Cats aren't just reacting randomly to sound. They can learn that a specific sound pattern refers to them. Now, does that mean your cat will always come when called? Absolutely not. And that's where people get confused. Dogs often show understanding through obedience. Cats show understanding through recognition. Those are not the same thing. A cat may hear their name, know exactly what it means, and still decide not to move because they're comfortable, sleepy, annoyed, or just not interested. That doesn't mean they didn't understand you. It means they're a cat. If you want to test this at home, say your cat's name in a calm voice when they're relaxed but awake. Watch for tiny changes: an ear swivel, a blink, a head turn. Those subtle signals often reveal recognition long before movement does. So here's a question for you. When you say your cat's name, do they come running? Or do they give you that classic "I heard you and chose peace" look? Let me know in the comments. 2. Food or their mealtime word. Now let's move to a word many cats understand with almost supernatural precision. The word connected to food. For some cats, that word is literally food. For others, it might be dinner, treat, eat, wet food, or even the sound of a can opening from 3 rooms away. Cats are masters of associative learning. That means when a word repeatedly predicts something meaningful, especially something rewarding, they start connecting that sound to the event. And food is one of the strongest motivators in a cat's world. If you say treat every evening before opening the snack drawer, your cat may learn that word faster than you expect. Over time, they begin responding not just to the rustling bag or the bowl sound, but to the spoken word itself. This is backed by what we know from animal cognition research. Repeated pairing between a sound and an outcome can create strong memory associations. Cats may not process language like humans do, but they absolutely learn predictive signals. Here's a real-life example. A lot of cat owners notice that if they casually say the word chicken during a conversation, their cat suddenly appears out of nowhere. That's not magic. That's pattern recognition. Your cat has learned that chicken often means something delicious might happen. And if your cat is especially food motivated, This response can become incredibly consistent. So think about your own cat. What word makes them materialize instantly? Food? Treat? Snack? Or maybe just the sound of you touching the cupboard? 3. No. This one surprises people. Cats can learn the meaning of no, or at least the negative boundary behind it. Now, to be clear, cats do not understand discipline the same way humans do. They're not sitting there thinking, "Ah, yes, I have violated household policy," but they can learn that a certain word, tone, or vocal interruption predicts disapproval, interruption, or the end of a behavior. That's why many cats react to no with a pause, a freeze, a glance back, or a dramatic decision to continue anyway. Again, that doesn't mean they don't understand. It means they're weighing your message against their own priorities. Tone matters a lot here. Cats are extremely sensitive to vocal emotion and sound patterns. A firm, consistent no used the same way each time becomes more meaningful than a dozen random phrases with changing tone. But here's the key. No works best when it's paired with redirection, not punishment. If your cat jumps on the counter and you say, "No," then guide them toward a cat tree or legal perch. They're more likely to learn what behavior leads to a better outcome. Cats learn faster through consequences and alternatives than through anger. So yes, your cat may understand. No, they may just disagree with it. And honestly, that's kind of on brand. 4. Come or recall words. Many people assume cats can't learn recall, but they absolutely can, especially when the word come has been consistently associated with something positive. This doesn't always look like dog-style obedience. Some cats will trot over immediately. Others will slowly emerge with regal indifference. But if they regularly respond to a specific recall word, that's a sign they've learned its meaning. Research on cat-human communication suggests cats are more socially tuned to humans than older stereotypes claimed. They can recognize voices, routines, and recurring sound cues. That makes recall words possible, not because cats are eager to obey, but because they can build strong associations. For example, if every time you say, "Come here," your cat gets petting, food, or playtime, that phrase starts gaining value. It becomes a predictor of something good. And some owners don't even realize they've trained this. Maybe you always say, "Let's go," before heading to the kitchen. Maybe you say, "Come on," before opening the balcony door or grabbing the wand toy. Over time, your cat may connect that phrase to movement, opportunity, or reward. If you want to strengthen this, try using one short phrase consistently, then reward your cat every single time they respond. Keep it positive and predictable. And if your cat only comes sometimes, that's normal. Reliability in cats depends on motivation, environment, stress level, and whether they're currently busy doing something far more important, like staring at a wall for unknown reasons. 5. Their favorite person's voice. Okay, this isn't exactly one word, but it may be the biggest proof of all that your cat understands more than we think. Cats can recognize human voices, especially the voice of their owner or primary caregiver. Studies have shown that cats often respond differently to their owner's voice compared with strangers. Even when they don't visibly run over, they may show ear movements, pupil changes, body orientation, or subtle alertness when they hear a familiar human speak. In other words, your cat may not always react dramatically, but they know it's you. And that recognition probably extends beyond just one specific word. It includes tone, rhythm, emotional energy, and repeated patterns of speech. That's why some cats respond instantly when their favorite person says, "Baby," "Sweetie," or "Want cuddles?" Even if those words mean nothing to another cat, they become meaningful through emotional repetition. This is one of the most beautiful parts of cat communication. Your cat may be learning your version of language. Not dictionary language, relationship language. The words you repeat during feeding, comfort, play, affection, and routine become part of a shared vocabulary between you and your cat. So when your cat reacts to your voice differently than anyone else's, that's not random. That's social recognition. That's memory. And in a very real way, that's connection. So, do cats understand words like humans do? Not exactly. Cats probably don't process language with the same complexity humans do. They're not following long sentences or reflecting on grammar. But they do understand patterns. They recognize repeated sounds. They connect words to outcomes. They detect emotional tone. And they remember voices, names, and routines. So the better question isn't, does my cat understand English? Is this, what parts of my language has my cat learned to care about? That's where the magic really happens. Because for cats, understanding is practical. If a word predicts food, affection, play, safety, or a boundary, it matters. And if it matters often enough, they learn it. How to teach your cat more words. If you want your cat to understand more of what you say, here are a few simple rules. Use the same word consistently. Pair it with the same event every time. Keep your tone clear and recognizable. Reward the behavior you want. Be patient. Cats learn, but usually on their own terms. For example, if you want your cat to learn treat, say it right before giving a treat every single time. Don't switch between 5 different phrases. Keep it simple. Over time, you may be surprised by how quickly your cat starts responding. Final thought. Cats have spent thousands of years living alongside humans, quietly studying us while we underestimated them. They may not show understanding in loud, obvious ways, but in the twitch of an ear, the turn of a head, the sudden appearance at the word dinner, or the way they respond only to your voice, they reveal something incredible. They are listening, and maybe a lot more closely than we think. So now I want to hear from you. What word does your cat definitely understand? Their name? Food? No, something weird like tuna or outside. Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. And if you want to discover even more hidden things your cat is trying to tell you every single day, watch my next video on the secret signs your cat actually loves you. Trust me, some of them are so subtle, most owners miss them completely.